cool world.
Alright, I guess we go into Florida Man. People really like this one.
Yeah, we're gonna recap the year, so this is gonna be fun, right?
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna rank these. I think we should rank them.
There's 50 of them, and I don't want to.
Oh, that's what you were sending the numbers for?
Yeah, there's 50.
All right, so Minnie has her
ones.
top 10.
We chose the ones that we thought were probably the most interesting.
Basically, as we were reading this,
God, our
anytime
favorite.
I laughed or like Theo
BuzzFeed.
laughed, I love BuzzFeed.
I
By the
hate
way.
BuzzFeed. Them in their generic freaking articles and shit.
So the first one we'll go over is 47, and it's just this right here. Just how crazy.
Vacationers find alligator lounging on alligator pool float at their Miami Airbnb.
It's alligatorception.
That's awesome, though.
Alligator.
I would be so fired up. Anytime there's an alligator on the property when I'm in Florida, I'm fired up.
I've never been to
I
Florida.
try to catch a hold of that,
Ever?
baby.
Never
Never
ever.
been to Florida?
No.
Never been to Florida?
No.
It's really nice. There's gators and stuff.
I hear.
Yeah, there's alligators and shit. The real problem in Florida, though, that I've heard, is boa constrictors. People let their pets out. And now these things are such super apex predators that there's no food for gators. There's no food for a lot of animals because these things
all
can
these small
eat
mammals are gone.
everything. Yeah, they're just wiping small mammals out. They're just apex predators
There's no
that
more
belong in like
rabbits.
the jungle.
Yeah.
And now they're in the Everglades where everything's weak and slow and isn't used to an animal like that. And they're just cleaning house. There's like barely any rabbits.
So many of them.
So, and they're getting 15, 16 feet, like bigger than they even are in their native areas because of how good Florida is like designed for them. Like, you know, like it's an invasive species is what's it called. When you drop a species that doesn't belong there, has no natural predators, like that thing is going to blow up. It's going to take off, you know, and it happens in Florida. So that poor gator will probably get swallowed up before he even makes it to adulthood. All right, what's next?
Next, number 44 is Florida couple gives birth to boy thanks to win a baby contest.
Okay, we got to see a little bit more about this. So, Florida couple gives birth to boy thanks to win a baby contest.
Literally the weirdest thing.
What does that even mean? All right, a win a baby contest hosted by Florida radio station helped turn one couple into parents. The contest, which was hosted by Florida's B1039 in November 2017, offered one woman the chance to receive a free round of in vitro fertilization and all the medication needed. The sweepstakes called for videos from women explaining why they'd be a great mom, the radio station said in a blog post Saturday. The winners of the contest in 2017 were Kristen and the couple welcomed their son Garrett Campbell into the world in August of 2019. That's a nice one.
That's a nice one.
That's
not
nice
just bad things happen.
But I mean, it is funny that they're giving out in vitro shots.
Just
Win a
giving
baby,
out
though.
babies.
That's the name of the contest.
Yeah, the win a baby contest. I like it.
Just
honestly.
giving out
And look, there's the
babies out
baby.
here.
He's right there if you're watching at home.
Oh, they're Riveras. They're probably my cousins.
Yeah.
Was crushing. Things made an unexpected turn.
What if you grow up to say we won you in a contest?
I mean, I feel like that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
If my mom was like, yo, guess what? You weren't going to happen, and this radio gave us some shit, and now you're here. I'd be like, what radio station? Because I owe them big.
Yeah, seriously. You'll be a lifetime listener, huh?
Yeah. What do we got? Florida man. Florida man accused, oh my god, scroll down a little bit, of firing pee-filled squirt gun at women. Now this is what we've come to expect from the state of Florida. This is the kind of good stuff we like to see.
This guy looks like a pea shooter.
Oh my god, this guy looks like he swallowed it after he was done. He
71-year-old
probably shoves
man.
people's feces up his ass to feel better. So authorities in Florida say a 71-year-old man filled a squirt gun with urine and sprayed a woman who was walking her dog. She should have had her dog piss on him. That was hilarious. If you spray some shit and I tell it's piss, I'll just piss on you right there.
Yeah.
Right there on the spot. I'll pee right on you.
Oh my god.
Gulfport police said in an arrest report that Joel William Benjamin, we have 3 first names, so that's a problem, approached the woman on Sunday, yeah, you're definitely a serial killer, on Sunday and squirted her several times with urine. The report says Benjamin told officers he would do it again, but it was unclear what motivated the attack. I mean, it's very clear to me. It's called methamphetamines. That's what motivated the attack. Just look at this man. I mean, he's been picking his eyeball for the last 6 weeks. It's almost ripped out. I mean, clearly methamphetamines was the motivation. Was the
he's
MO
on-
behind this piece.
He's on drugs. He created this whole story behind this woman
Oh my
in his
God.
head, and
Sad,
was just
yeah.
like, "This is what you get for cheating on me."
Yeah,
she
yeah.
doesn't even know.
Piss in your mouth. Yeah, here you go, lady.
Damn.
All right, so that's a good one.
What was the next one? The next one was 39. Police arrest man who claims playing basketball naked enhances his skill level.
I just.
Oh wait, really
visual
quick,
of that company.
really quick. I just had. I know you were listening to today this past weekend. And the funniest joke of the thing was right off the bat. Theo goes, "You know, it's gonna be 2020, and I feel like it's something. You know, we knew this was gonna happen.
Yeah.
We all knew this was gonna happen.
We knew it was gonna end.
Yeah, we knew it was gonna end 2019.
We got into it
knowing
knowing it was gonna
That's
end.
what he said.
Yeah.
He goes, "We got into this knowing it was gonna end." And it's like,
Yeah.
that's like Theo Vaughn's logic. Like that is
What-
as logical as it gets.
Him and Krista Leah. We're talking about comedians, by the way, and their podcast. Him and Krista
Crystal
Leah.
Leah's on the new You, the show You.
Yeah, I've never seen that show. She was just talking about it.
Yeah, Crystal Leah's on it.
They were both on The Fighter and the Kid.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was a great episode.
Such a great
So
episode.
funny.
So
Theo
funny.
came in late. Yeah, they were
He
just
came in
ripping.
late, and Krista Leah said, I think you just start sentences without knowing how they're gonna end. And he's just like, it's called a mystery, you idiot.
He's just so funny like that. So quick. Like he was trying to make fun of him. I remember that. Delio was like, I feel like you just start sentences and then you figure out where they're gonna end later. And he goes, yeah, it's called a mystery, you idiot. Like as if like you should know that.
That's
You moron.
literally a quote from The Office.
Dude, he's so funny. He's so funny. Yeah, he's like the walking office, but real and not written, not scripted. Alright. Oh, look at this gem. Jesus, his eyes in left field. Look at that thing. Holy crap. A Florida man is facing an indecent exposure charge after police found him playing basketball naked at a public park. I mean, honestly, I might drop the subject if I start to realize too many of these people are on methamphetamines. Like, you're
just
all
meth,
on
yeah.
crystal meth. Like, look at his face.
Look at his face. He has
Oh,
a
yeah.
hole on the bottom. He has
Yeah.
scratches on the
So a
side.
guy on crystal meth playing naked basketball, I mean, makes a lot of sense to me.
Makes sense, right?
But
Look at
Jesus,
this guy.
look at these people in Florida, man. They really know how to get the best of them.
Florida Sunday evening and charged with indecent exposure of sexual organs. He was taken to John E. Polk Correctional Facility in Sanford on a $500 bond. No way.
You can't even say it. Dude.
But not for nothing, it'll probably make you a better player, right? Like
Like,
everybody's gonna stay away from it.
Aerodynamic.
Everywhere
Yeah, you probably definitely move more better, yeah, for sure. I mean, that's why if you wrestle, you wear a singlet, because they can't do naked anymore, but naturally, the way to do it would be naked, otherwise it's unfair.
Oh, that would be the worst, wrestling a man naked.
Yeah.
Sweaty man.
Oh.
Sweaty, nasty man naked. I remember people used to make that joke, like, oh, you wrestle, that's just kind of gay, right? And I remember being like, well, no, it's like literally the last thing I'm thinking about is fucking him in the ass. If that's what you're thinking about watching us wrestle, you may have an issue. I remember that was like my go-to comeback. I'm like, if that's what comes to your brain watching it happen, then I mean, maybe you have a problem. It's the last thing I'm thinking about. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking about killing this kid. So, not fucking him.
The opposite.
It's the opposite. Honestly, if he never walks off this mat, I would be nonetheless for it. I could care less, to be honest.
Damn.
Like a praying mantis.
Alright, let's check this
No,
one.
because we're not fucking.
kidding,
You just
I'm
remade the gay
kidding.
joke. That wasn't nice.
Alright.
This one for a partner in crime. You see this right here? Yeah, well, police say a Florida man was busted breaking into someone's home with a horse. The pair were caught on camera walking through the backyard before investigators say the man broke a window and climbed in. He reportedly told police he wanted to rent the home and was just getting a look inside. That wasn't the only excuse he gave, though. Listen to this right here.
And the guy said, well, my horse broke into your house, mister, and I had to go in and get her. I said, okay, so she broke into the gate, and then the porch, and then the house.
The horse did it, right?
The horse did it.
Right?
Now that
my God.
has to also be math.
It has to be.
Or
He's
just
not even
dumb.
wearing a shirt.
What do you think?
He's just hot, methy.
Because he
I don't know.
purposely, he was just like, alright, I'm just gonna have this horse with me, so just in case I get caught, I can just be like, oh, I was just trying to get my horse back.
Yeah,
That's the mentality he had.
that's a meth mentality, is what you're saying? Or maybe we're confusing meth for Florida. Maybe that's what's happening. Maybe we're like, oh, all these people are on meth. Maybe the real answer is all these people are from Florida.
Maybe.
That may be
Yeah.
what we're discovering right
You know
here.
what? You might be right about this one at least.
Yeah.
So you think this guy's on it? Because I know the last two were.
Well, no, I feel like the last two were, but now I'm thinking if he could afford a horse,
You can't be that broke, right?
right?
But you know, there's weird horse
Horses
people.
are
There's a
expensive.
couple kinds of horse people. There's broke horse people and there's rich
Yeah,
horse people.
yeah.
Broke horse people just do it for the love of it and they're always breaking their back just to keep the thing alive. Like it's, I've seen those kind of people before.
Me too.
And then there's rich horse people. Those people are just making money off the horse. Like that's what you
Yeah.
think of. You own a horse, but I know people with like 5 or 6 horses on a horse farm and they need to slut those things out as much as possible and race it here, race it there, wherever. Do you want to do? You know, I'll teach you how to ride, lessons, things like that, just to keep the horse alive.
That's crazy.
Which is, a horse is not a pet. It sits in a paddock and it just, like, what are you doing, man? I think we should give up on horses. I think horses should just go back to being wild. I think we're done with them. I think we've got our use out of them. I think leave them alone.
Imagine
Leave them alone, dude.
driving down the road.
We've
with
already
a
taken-
horse in the middle
That's
of the
happened
road.
when I lived in Ohio. There was an Amish man with a horse.
Yeah,
and a
they do that
buggy.
shit. The Amish do it and stuff. I think just, come on. Enough with the horses. What are we still doing on horses? If I see somebody on a horse, I'm pushing them all. That's my new rule. What are you doing on a horse, dude? Get a car. We've already taken what the horse can do, and some of these cars are multiplying that by thousands. We don't need
Yeah.
one horse. I mean, these things have thousands of horsepower. Why do we need the one horse? We don't need one horse. Nobody needs one horse. Like, literally, you could get my Kia 40
Just racing.
has like 180 horses. So,
Yeah.
that cheap ass car
Did
is
you
worth
just make
more
that
than
number
one
up?
I think so.
horse. Probably 160, something like that.
Yeah, just for racing, you need a horse.
If you
Because
need
that's
it,
not- that's
we chose
no-
to race.
Yeah, but nobody's gonna get rid of that industry anytime soon.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of money in it.
It actually kills
Um,
me to see horses in the city when people go there tourists and
yeah.
are riding the horses around Central Park. I hate
Those
that
horses hate their lives like that.
Yeah, they pull those carts and stuff,
All
and everybody's
day.
touching them all day and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not big into it either. Come on, people, be better. Enough with the horses. All right, who's next from Florida? Oh, this is gonna be good. Kill him with kindness. Florida man stabs neighbor with machete named Kindness, say police. Okay, let's see what this is.
He's on that.
Behind bars, charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. According to investigators, Brian Stewart was arrested after threatening to kill his neighbor with kindness. Kindness is the word written on a machete owned by Stewart. The Pensacola News Journal says Milton cut the man with a machete. The victim suffered a half-inch cut on his hand. I'm Ken Molestina, CBSMiami.com.
Half an inch? That's not bad.
That's nothing. Stop you bitching. Yeah, I mean, he looks like he's on that too.
He's definitely on
100%.
Why? Why
that.
is
These
there so much
holes,
meth?
these holes in their face.
The whole, you tell
But
they
that could be
scratch their
from
face
fighting.
off.
I'm not here to be disrespectful.
They scratch their face off.
They scratch their face off.
Scratch their skin right off.
And then first is their skin, then it's their teeth.
Oh.
Oh, this is a great one, 27.
Read that one. Florida woman threatens hair salon with machete.
That's the kind of
in
stuff we're
patrol
looking
car.
for. Let me read this one more time if you didn't
Oh
catch
my
me.
God.
I don't think we caught that.
Florida woman
Yeah.
threatens hair salon with machete and poops in the patrol car, deputies say. Let's hear this.
She gives no fucks.
This lady don't give a. You can tell right on her face she's not on meth. She just gives no fucks.
No, yeah.
This woman is not on meth, people at home. No way. Customers and the owner of Jean Nicole Hair Salon told deputies they feared for their life when Tracy Denise George Sirleaf, geez, that's a lot of names, approached the shop, machete in hand, Monday evening. The shop owners, quick thinking, kept everyone safe, but the responding deputy's patrol car has had better days on the job. It started around 5:30 p.m. The Lee County Sheriff's Office told some radio place that George Sirleaf, that's the lady's last name, became unhinged, grabbing her thighs and left the shop.
Things, grabbing her things.
Grabbing her things, and I'm not a great reader.
That's fine.
She went to
I'm
her
grabbing her thighs.
She went to her car, but came back moments later in a rage and threw herself against the glass window. Detectives said she again went to the car, but returned wielding a machete this time. The shop owner locked the door as she approached. The customers dialed 911 as she swung the weapon in the air. Deputies said George Sirleaf got within 7 or 8 feet of the door before suddenly changing directions. She set her eyes on the owner's truck, implying she would hit it. 2 Labrador retrievers were inside at the time. The suspect reportedly turned her attention to another car. Just as deputies arrived, ordered to drop the sword, they called it. The deputy repeated a command. Well, I don't give a fuck. Okay, authorities took the 43-year-old. Oh, no, wait. He then handcuffed her and placed her in the patrol car for questioning. Unfortunately, that's when nature called and the suspect defecated inside of his unit. He then took the handcuffed girl, placed her in his patrol car. Authorities took the 43-year-old to Lee County Jail where she faces 2 counts of assault on a person 65 or older. That's Florida.
Well, why is
That's
she so
Florida.
mad?
That's Florida. I mean, she's mad, dude. They probably kicked her out. They probably said you can't get your hair done here anymore or something.
She needs it.
She probably
She needs it, dude. Her top
probably
right
needed
is
a place to
bonus.
sleep.
Yeah, maybe she just didn't like that lady. Maybe that lady fucked her husband. You don't know. You don't know what goes on in these people's lives down there in Florida.
True.
Crazy stuff.
True.
Crazy stuff. And we're not here to judge over it today, Melania. We're just here to read.
Definitely.
Actually, yeah, we've been judging all day.
Yeah, we're a hater ass bitch podcast. It's all good though. We just be.
It is a
We're
classic.
friends.
It's an opinion hate.
It is a classic.
Oh yeah, this is of course one of our favorites. Fucking Olaf, but they don't need to hear that again. Today, Florida man. Alright, keep going. What was the other number she had on
that
there?
one? Where is it?
She had like 11 and 7.
This makes me laugh so much.
I thought you were texting us fortune cookie numbers.
Oh, yeah. Let's play these loud numbers real quick.
Yeah, I thought like that's what it looked like because it went from like biggest to smallest, and like the last two were like 11 and 7. I was like, this looks like a fortune cookie, dude.
Maybe this one.
Shirtless Florida man removes 9-foot alligator from swimming pool, just barehanded.
Enough said.
He's
No,
not
it's not.
from Florida. You can tell. Like, he moved to Florida.
He moved
Oh
to
yeah,
Florida.
he's from New York.
For sure.
He's from New York. 89-year-old Florida woman battles and kills 6-foot snakes after it eats visiting bird. Get the hell out of here. Let me hear about this woman.
89.
89 years old, people.
Damn near 90.
Distraught by a snake targeting her beloved backyard birds and squirrels, an 89-year-old woman took matters into her own hands, killing the 6-foot-long serpent with a hammer to its head. 6-foot-long monster. And we were just talking about these things, our invasive
Yeah.
species. I can't read her name, but it's okay. Had been noticing birds were missing from one of her feeders at her Tallahassee home. Tallahassee is the capital of Florida, if anyone wanted to know, and that no other birds were returning. She initially thought there was something wrong, blah, blah, blah. Okay, about 3 weeks later, Iceman. Oh, sick name. I don't know why I couldn't read it. Iceman. Her last name is Iceman. Looked on in horror when she saw a snake slither out of a bird box where she'd been watching a nest of 3 baby bluebirds be tended to by their parents. Won't be sleeping for a while.
No,
Woman
those are
wakes
two
up.
different
Oh, okay, it's
articles.
something different. The snake, she threw a live snake. What is it?
That's a different article.
That's a different article. Right over here.
The snake's throat had a telltale bulge. I started crying. I didn't know what to do, said Iceman. A great grandmother of 6 and a grandmother of 6 who goes by the nickname Grandma Bunny. That's easier to say. The snake went down and up a wooden flower box, and then went out of sight. After that, all the birds disappeared. She removed all the places the snake could hide, including the birdhouses. Eventually, she spotted the snake. As soon as she did, she ran and grabbed a hammer and the twig. He would go thin and wiggle out from under the twig. I would run after him, and finally I turned my hammer sideways and got him good.
Oh my God.
She said, I was so angry with that snake. The birds and squirrels are beginning to return to her garden. Iceman hopes that she's killed her last reptile. I do not want to go through that anymore, she said. Watching those birds brought a lot of joy to me. It's like, he was like, look at this thing's head.
Look at this.
Look at its head.
Smashed to pieces.
Smashed. It's a monster boa constrictor, and she smashed it to
If I was trying to make
pieces.
a belt
Out of
this
it.
snake I killed.
Yeah, I would too. If you hand kill a 6-footer, you gotta
make a belt.
you gotta make a belt. I'd kill one of those boas by
I
hand.
want to know
hammer.
what she looks like.
She's a badass.
I'm like picturing a golden
89-year-old.
girl. I'm picturing a golden girl. Fluffy, curly
Yeah,
little hair.
for sure.
Little lady.
My aunt would grab that thing by its head. My aunt's a wild lady, and if we ever saw like
6
gardener
foot,
snakes
though?
and shit, like out in the yard, she would just snag them.
Oh my
Just
God.
fucking snag them, and we'd play with them. Because we were always like too scared. Just grab it! Grab it like that. Sorry, it's not a doorstop, people. It's the other part of the desk. I know it sounds like a doorstop. But she would just grab it and pick it up, whatever. Snakes, lizards, everything. She was like good at grabbing them, yeah.
6 freaking feet.
Oh, you should have grabbed that thing by the side of its head like this and dragged it out.
Oh my God.
Definitely.
6 freaking
I
feet.
can't do it. I call my mom.
I would have shot it
spiders
with a
and
pellet
bugs in
gun,
my
probably. I
house.
wouldn't even get close to it.
And this guy.
I eat ass. Charges dropped against Florida man arrested for the I eat ass sticker. Good, they should be. He's allowed to eat whatever he wants. I see these freaking mutant monstoids in
Look at this
McDonald's.
one.
I don't yell at them. Florida man caught on camera pooping in stranger's driveway. A lot of feces in
Is
Florida.
that
That would
poop
be-
on the driveway?
Oh,
Yeah.
these little things over here, right?
It is
Little
little
things.
dumps, little dooders.
Little duders.
Little duties
And
right
he
there.
still had more to put inside.
He's driving one of those Kia Souls, which definitely makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I mean, you should poop inside one of those cars.
Yeah, you should probably shit
I think
on
that's the
top of
reason
it.
why they made those cars.
Yeah, so just to get shit on. Mom arrested after letting children ride an inflatable pool on top of her vehicle. That
So
mom's fucking
stupid.
cool. And she's driving a Q5 Audi, so she's even cooler. I see a lot of shitty cars in these Florida videos, but not her.
Full circle.
What is this? Oh, full circle here at the Today in Millennia podcast, the most important podcast on the planet. Florida couple uses pet alligator to reveal 10th child's gender.
10.
Why do they have a pet alligator? Why do they have 10 children? Why are they doing gender reveals for their 10th child? All questions we'll probably never get the answer to, but boy, would we love to wonder.
Yeah.
And the picture is just of a monstrous alligator blowing green out. And
Just
the guy is not worried
Dinosaur.
one bit. It's a dinosaur.
He's like, it's okay, I have a stick.
He has a stick, and the thing does not look happy. It's looking right at him, and he's holding his hip. As if, like, almost
She's
like you're
standing
chilling.
Right over here.
He's got one hand on one hip. Yeah, she doesn't give a shit either.
Honestly, if you've had
How many
9 kids, do you really give a shit about anything anymore?
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Your life sucks. I mean, they're still fucking though.
Those
huh?
things are just
they're still
sliding
getting
out
at
at
it.
that
They're-
point,
They're
man.
they're just getting after it, you know.
Yeah.
You gotta really like banging your wife. You have 10
This
kids.
makes me laugh so much.
Florida man driving a Cadillac from the sunroof says he'd rather go to jail than back to his wife. The car drives itself and has a gigantic computer in it. The man said after being taken into custody. And so they probably offered him bail, and he said, "Nah, I'll just go to jail." So he had a self-driving Cadillac, and he's just with his arms out,
Chill.
hanging out the sunroof, just chilling.
He's just waiting for this computer to stop working.
Which
so he
I've
doesn't have to
actually
go
seen
home.
people do without
There's
self-driving cars. As a matter of fact, I knew this kid at one time that I won't say any names, but I knew this kid one time that we got the gas, we got up to a speed that we liked. Opened up the sunroof and the driver's window, and I would grab the wheel. And the game was that he had to get out the sunroof in the driver's
No,
window
so
before we
stupid.
crashed the
How are
car.
you still alive?
We're both still alive. So, shout out to you, dog. You know who you are.
This guy's on that.
Florida, yeah, definitely on that. Florida man caught on camera licking a doorbell.
Look at him.
I've done that before. No, just kidding.
at least 7 times.
He's on drugs though. I like when they look normal. And it's like, what were they thinking? They're just from Florida. Florida man, this is number 1. Florida man's dog locks him out of car and does donuts. Oh, that's sick.
Isn't it? This
That's
is
so
adorable.
sick.
Started on something wholesome,
So,
ending on something wholesome.
Most dogs, blah, blah, blah.
No, there's a video.
Oh, all right, perfect. Oh my god, reverse donuts.
Oh, Lovey.
The dog is inside.
You can't get in trouble for this, right? You're allowed to
No,
put your
the dog just got
It's like
in
an
there.
act of nature, right? Like,
Yeah.
insurance has to cover it and shit.
It just kept going and kept going. The
Act of
cops,
God, I think they call it. Yeah.
yeah, something
Insurance
like
has a weird term for it, yeah.
that. Yeah, that's what it is. And that's this crazy shit that happened in Florida, people.
Boom! Way to wrap up the year there on Florida, which we're gonna bring you more, and we're excited to see what the first clips of 2020 are gonna look like.
And let's be honest, there's still some time for Florida to do some shit.
Oh, plenty of time. Tonight's a great night for it.
Oh,
I
there's
won't
gonna
be
be
surprised if
plenty.
there's.
And afford it where I am, cause that's who I'm gonna be. I'm copping hardest with no money, cause it's all in my dreams. It was all good just a week ago, and then I spent all my money over the weekend. So flexing with my niggas and drinking only so we can go hang out with some girls that only listen to weekend. So I told her I'm a motherfucking star boy, but I ain't even have a motherfucking car boy. These girls be tripping, you think I'm tripping, they brazen.